Oh, so cute! Ooh! It's hot! I'm very impressed and also very surprised. Hello girlfriends and welcome to another episode of Tried and Tested. Today we'll be trying out some popular snacks and versions you may not have seen before. So, Pringles are pretty common everywhere and they're very popular, but have you heard of Wavy Pringles? So apparently Wavy Pringles came out in like 2019, but here we have a limited edition Wavy Pringle that is inspired by the very popular game Halo, and this is a Moa burger flavored Pringle. Moa is this like ostrich-like bird that is now extinct, but you can see roaming around in the game of Halo. And here they think that this ostrich-like bird will taste like savory beef and also sweet ginger, garlic, chili pepper and red pepper. I'm very excited to try this. They seem to all be chipped on one side. By the way, today's snacks have all been hand carried back from the States. So do excuse us if it looks a little bit smashed, but they're here and we're very excited to try them. Let me get a whole Wavy Pringle out. Ah! Ta-da! It looks like it's got a lot more texture than a regular Pringle. And I think it's quite interesting that they thought this bird would taste like beef. It kind of just tastes like seasoning. Generic salty seasoning. Oh no! Okay, wait, maybe there's more there. Let me... I mean, it's tasty. Yeah, there's a bit of heat. I definitely don't taste any ginger. But like, you know, like, you really taste the sour cream in the sour cream Pringle. But this one, I feel like I don't taste bird or beef. I think the texture is interesting because it is harder than a regular Pringle. So this has more of a crunch. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Once you pop, you can stop.
Hey, I remember that. Maybe not in some people's era. So overall, I think it's a very tasty chip. So I would give that like an 8, but I mean, obviously I've never tried a Moa bird before. I mean, they're extinct, but it doesn't bring to mind any sort of like burger. So I would give that like maybe a 2. So that's a 5. It's an okay. But I mean, do I enjoy it? Yes. I'm so excited for this one. Okay, so the Chips Ahoy that we know in Singapore are usually the hard, crispy kind, but this is the chewy Chips Ahoy in a Reese's peanut butter cup flavor. Look at that! Okay, it's a bit squashed, but wow, still! You can see the big chunks of Reese's peanut butter cups in there. I love how they're so generous with the ingredients. Yeah, I could eat like half the packet in like one sitting. Do you know what I mean? It's like really addictive. And the texture is like comforting, it tastes comforting. But the sugar does overpower some of the flavors a little bit. So you kind of get this like saccharine like sweetness, which I think if they tone down just a little bit, it'll be just so great. I enjoy it very much, but objectively speaking, it is a lot of sugar in this. So, with the lens of my older self and my changing taste buds, I would have to give this like 6.5 out of 10. So Doritos are known for their tortilla chips and they're pretty popular here in Singapore, but in some other countries, they have this one called the 3D Crunch. So we have the chili cheese nacho flavored one, as well as the spicy ranch. Oh, so cute! You know what they look like? Bugles. Very sour. I think along the way, some damage might have happened, but they're still largely intact, so thank you. It's a lot of effort, okay, bring back things from overseas. Okay, let's try these out. Oh, very excited. Let's try the cheese one first, the chili cheese nacho. So interesting. They're like a tortilla puff with a lot of flavor. And you look at the way that it's seasoned, it's like very even all around. There's a bit of a chili kick, not very strong, but the nacho cheese is like very heavy. In terms of like texture, it's a bit more like a puff, you know? It's like if you took one Dorito and then you like puffed it up. It really reminds me of Bugle, but a little bit harder than Bugle. Okay, let me try the ranch one. Do get a sense of the creaminess of the ranch. Yummy! I would give this a 10 out of 10. But not spicy, this one. I mean, I'm minus because not spicy, so I would give it 8. So yeah, I would give the chili cheese nachos like a 10. I would give the spicy ranch like an 8 because it's still delicious, but it's just not spicy. But it's great! Ah, it's so good. It's so addictive. I can't stop. Oh no. So you guys know Cheetos? It's this like super popular cheese puff snack. Well, now they have Cheetos mac and cheese. They have 3 different flavors and this is the flaming hot flavor. I'm very excited to try this because it looks good. Okay, so how we make this is you put this to the fill line and then you're supposed to microwave it on high uncovered for 3 minutes and then you don't pour out the water and you put in the seasoning. Ooh! This is the color of flaming hotness. Wow, that looks so good. It kind of looks like cherry licorice sticks. It's so red. Okay. It's hot! This is fun! I'm very impressed and also very surprised. This is really yummy and look, like that color, it looks really scary. But it tastes so good. It reminds me a bit of, you know, the Samyang spicy noodles, but this one is a bit more tart. If the Samyang one is like a 10, because that's really pretty hot, I would say this is maybe about an 8. It's still pretty hot, but I think it's not hot until it's a challenge hot. But I don't really taste any Cheetos at all. The pasta has got a nice texture, not super mushy, which to be honest I was kind of expecting. I also can't really taste the flavor of a Cheeto, but everything else is like really fun and like quite nice. I would give this like an 8 out of 10. So tortilla chips are really popular, but here we have Takis, which do rolled up tortilla chips and they're like pretty iconic. They've got quite a lot of flavors, but we got the Fuego one, which is their most well-known one and the spiciest. And then Doritos came out with their own version, which is the Dinamita, and it's also seasoned with like chili and lime. I've never tried Takis before, but I've always wanted to because I see them a lot on TikTok. People are always making like really interesting stuff with them. Ooh, I can smell the lime. It kind of look like cinnamon sticks. It looks so red. Wow. It's like an explosion of flavors. Very sour. I don't think it's super spicy though. Now I'm thinking about it, I've seen people make drinks with like Takis. I can see why, because there's so much flavor in here. A Taki inspired cocktail would be amazing. Alright, let's try Doritos Dinamita. It looks like exactly the same. It's quite different actually. Texture wise, Takis feel more solid and crunchy, whereas this one a bit more like airier. Now comparing the two, I prefer the Takis, like more of a punch overall. I would give that a 10. I can see why it's so iconic. The Doritos, I would give it like maybe an 8 because I feel it's a bit too much citrus for me. So these are artisanal fried pork rinds. So pork rinds are a very popular kind of snack. The one that I am familiar with is the chicharron from the Philippines. It's basically fried pig skin and this one is artisanal. So it's seasoned with basil, parsley, vinegar and a touch of olive oil. Wow, that looks so good. I'm so sorry! Oh my god! Okay, wait. So I wasted half the bag that was floating from the stick. Okay, let's try the ones that we have left. It's like a big fluffy corn chip. It's very vinegary. Can I taste any of the herbs? Not really. I actually don't taste any pork at all. The main thing that I taste is vinegar. I can mostly just feel and taste vinegar, but like not much of the rest of the flavors or the pork. If you like salt and vinegar chips, like yes. In terms of texture, I feel like it's great. The pork rinds are quite light. They're very addictive in texture, but I find the vinegar slightly overpowering. So I think overall I'll give it a 6. Yeah. Okay, so these are Nerds Gummy Clusters, Dungeons and Dragons version. So I've seen Nerds ropes, which are like a long gummy covered in nerds, but these are like clusters. So it's sweet and gummy on the inside, and it's tangy and crunchy on the outside. Okay, let's try it. It is quite tangy on the outside. It's so sugary. But I guess it makes sense. I mean, nerds are basically coated sugar, right? Each nerd is like a grain of sugar, isn't it? And it's like coated with some kind of like more sugar. The texture is chewy and then crunchy, a whole bunch of different textures in your mouth. Yeah, it's really fun. I feel like maybe I could do with like a few less nerds maybe. It's so sugary. Yeah, it's a bit better like that I think. For me, not so overpowering. I can taste everything a bit better as opposed to like, oh my god, so many things happening at the same time. Yeah, I do think that with fewer nuts, it tastes better. So I think I would give this like maybe an 8 out of 10. I'm really getting old. All I'm thinking is, oh, it's very sweet. I know it's candy, but it's really very sweet. Oh, what's happening? Alright, you guys know Skittles taste the rainbow. Well, here we have Skittles Gummies. And you can see the Skittles behind and see this is the actual size. So the flavors are like grape, lemon, green apple, orange, and my favorite, strawberry. So it is the actual size. No cap, as they would say. Look at me learning all this TikTok lingo. It's like harder than regular gummies. This strawberry gummy, I can sort of taste the Skittle flavor, but it kind of tastes a bit medicinal. But let me try the grape. Okay, the grape flavor is stronger. Very grapey actually. Lemon. The lemon is very lemony. The orange. I don't know, I never really was a big fan of like the orange. I take it back for this one though. This is nice. I really like it when the brands that you're familiar with come up with different versions of what they do, just because, you know, it keeps things exciting. It's like, oh, you can do that. I think my favorite for this, interestingly, would be the orange. The rest are a little bit like iffy, and the aftertaste is a bit like, yeah, so overall I think I would give this like a 6 out of 10. Alright, we've come to the end of the episode. If you want to find out more about the products, how much they cost, where to get them from, you can go to our Tried and Tested Facebook page, or you can check out the links in the description box down below, or you can join our Telegram channel. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Now all you need to do is hit that bell and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out onto YouTube. Or you can just download the Clicknetwork app. Alright, till next time. Mwah! Go be beautiful!